Imagine an aircraft so invisible, enemy radar can't even see it coming until it's too late. A plane that can carry 40,000 pounds of weapons halfway around the world without refueling, strike deep inside enemy territory, and vanish like a ghost. This is the B-2 Spirit, the most expensive aircraft ever built at $2.2 billion per plane. But here's what makes it truly terrifying. It's been operational since 1997 and still, no country on Earth has figured out how to effectively counter it. Today we're diving deep into the engineering marvel that changed modern warfare forever, Northrop Grumman's B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. When the B-2 Spirit was unveiled to the public in 1988, it looked like something straight out of science fiction. That distinctive flying wing design, no tail, no visible engines, just a smooth bat-like silhouette that seemed to defy everything we knew about aircraft design. But this wasn't just about looking cool. Every single curve, every angle, every surface of this aircraft was designed with one purpose in mind: to be completely invisible to enemy radar. The B-2 program started back in the late 1970s during the Cold War, when the United States needed a bomber that could penetrate Soviet air defenses and deliver nuclear weapons if necessary. The project was so secret that even Congress didn't know the full details for years. Northrop Grumman, working with Boeing and other contractors, spent over a decade developing technologies that had never been used before. The result was an aircraft that cost over $44 billion to develop, making it one of the most expensive military programs in history. So how does the B-2 actually achieve stealth? It's not magic, it's pure physics and engineering brilliance. Let's break this down because it's absolutely fascinating. First, that flying wing design. Traditional aircraft have all these surfaces sticking out: tails, stabilizers, engines hanging below the wings. Every one of those creates what's called a radar return. Basically, they reflect radar waves back to the source. The B-2 eliminates almost all of that. The entire aircraft is basically one smooth wing, and that shape is specifically designed to deflect radar waves away from the source rather than bouncing them back. But it goes way deeper than just the shape. The B-2's skin is covered in radar absorbent materials, or RAM. These special coatings actually absorb radar energy instead of reflecting it. We're talking about materials that contain iron ball paint, specially designed composites, and other classified substances that literally drink up radar waves. The entire surface of the aircraft is covered in these materials, and they have to be constantly maintained. After every single flight, ground crews spend hours inspecting and repairing the RAM coating because even small damage can compromise the stealth capability. The engines are completely hidden inside the airframe. You can't see them from below at all. The four General Electric F-118 turbofan engines are buried deep within the wing, and their exhaust is cooled and dispersed through special vents on top of the wing. This serves two purposes. It reduces the infrared signature so heat-seeking missiles have a harder time tracking it, and it eliminates those big radar-reflecting engine pods you see on conventional bombers. Even the cockpit windows use special conductive materials to prevent radar waves from entering the aircraft. The landing gear doors, the bomb bay doors, everything has serrated edges to scatter radar waves. There are no right angles anywhere on this aircraft because right angles are radar reflectors. Every single design choice was made to minimize radar cross-section. And here's the mind-blowing part. The B-2's radar cross-section is estimated to be about the size of a large bird. We're talking about a 172-foot wingspan aircraft with a maximum takeoff weight of 336,500 pounds, and on radar it looks like an eagle. That's insane. Now let's talk about what this beast can actually do, because the stealth is just the beginning. The B-2 has an operational range of approximately 6,000 nautical miles without refueling. That means it can take off from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, fly to anywhere in the world, deliver its payload, and return home. With just one aerial refueling, that range extends to over 10,000 nautical miles. During the Kosovo War in 1999, B-2s flew 30-hour missions from Missouri to Yugoslavia and back. 30 hours. Pilots would take turns sleeping in the cockpit while the other maintained control. The aircraft cruises at high subsonic speeds, around Mach 0.95. which is about 550 miles per hour at altitude. It can fly as high as 50,000 feet, well above most air defenses. The service ceiling might actually be higher, but that's classified. The payload capacity is where things get really impressive. The B-2 has 2 bomb bays that can carry up to 40,000 pounds of ordnance. That's everything from conventional bombs to precision-guided munitions to nuclear weapons. It can carry 16 B-83 nuclear bombs, each with a yield of 1.2 megatons. That's 80 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Or it can carry 8,500-pound class bombs for conventional strikes. The flexibility is incredible. The bombing systems on the B-2 are equally advanced. It uses a combination of GPS-aided targeting, synthetic aperture radar, and defensive management systems that can identify threats and automatically deploy countermeasures. The aircraft's avionics suite includes some of the most sophisticated electronics ever put in a military aircraft, most of which remain classified to this day. What makes the B-2 truly special is its ability to operate autonomously deep in enemy territory. Most modern bombers need fighter escorts, electronic warfare support, and suppression of enemy air defenses to survive. The B-2 doesn't need any of that. It just goes in alone, invisible, drops its payload with precision, and leaves before anyone even knows it was there. The B-2 Spirit first saw combat in 1999 during Operation Allied Force in Yugoslavia. Despite being a nuclear-capable strategic bomber designed to fight World War III, its first real mission was dropping conventional bombs on Serbian targets. And it was devastating effective. B-2s flew around 1% of total sorties during that conflict, but they were responsible for destroying 33% of all targets in the first 8 weeks. Think about that ratio: 1% of flights, 33% of targets destroyed. They operated with complete impunity. Serbian air defenses never even detected them. In 2001, the B-2 proved its global reach capability during operations in Afghanistan. Flying from Whiteman Air Force Base, B-2s struck targets in Afghanistan in some of the longest combat missions ever flown. These weren't just bombing runs either. The B-2s provided close air support to ground troops, something a strategic bomber had rarely done before. During Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2003, B-2s again demonstrated their effectiveness. They struck high-value targets throughout Iraq, including leadership facilities, command and control centers, and hardened bunkers. The psychological effect was significant too. Iraqi forces knew they could be hit at any time without warning. More recently, B-2s have been used in operations against ISIS and in the 2017 strike on ISIS camps in Libya. In that Libya mission, 2 B-2s flew from Missouri, struck terrorist camps with over 100 precision-guided bombs, and returned home. The entire mission took about 34 hours. The B-2 has also been used in shows of force, particularly in the Pacific. When tensions rise with North Korea, the US will sometimes fly B-2s over South Korea as a very clear message. The subtext being, we can strike anywhere, anytime, and you won't see us coming. What's remarkable is that in all these operations, spanning over 2 decades and multiple conflicts, not a single B-2 has been shot down or even seriously damaged by enemy fire. The stealth technology works. Flying the B-2 isn't like flying any other aircraft. The pilots and mission commanders who operate these bombers are among the most highly trained aviators in the world. Each B-2 has a crew of 2, a pilot and a mission commander. Unlike most bombers which have multiple crew members handling different systems, the B-2 relies heavily on automation and advanced computers. Those 2 crew members are managing systems that would normally require 4 or 5 people. The training process is intense. Pilots selected for the B-2 program already have thousands of hours of flight time, usually on other bombers or fighters. Then they go through months of specialized training learning the unique characteristics of the flying wing design and the classified stealth systems. One of the challenges is the long-duration missions. 30-hour flights are not uncommon. The cockpit has a small area behind the seats where crew members can rest, use a small toilet, and heat up meals. But it's cramped and uncomfortable. Pilots have described these missions as mentally and physically exhausting, requiring incredible focus and endurance. There's also the responsibility factor. Each B-2 costs $2.2 billion. These pilots are flying the most expensive military aircraft ever built. The weight of that responsibility, combined with the strategic importance of the missions, creates a unique pressure. Maintenance is another whole world. After every flight, the B-2 requires extensive maintenance, particularly on the radar-absorbent coating. The aircraft are kept in climate-controlled hangars at Whiteman Air Force Base to protect the sensitive materials. Each B-2 requires about 119 hours of maintenance for every hour of flight time. Compare that to the F-16, which needs about 10 hours of maintenance per flight hour. The maintenance crews are specially trained and security cleared because much of what they work on is classified. Even the tools they use are specialized to avoid damaging the stealth coating. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the cost. The B-2 program is one of the most expensive military projects ever undertaken. The total program cost was about $44.75 billion in 1997 dollars. That's roughly $73 billion in today's money. Originally, the Air Force planned to purchase 132 B-2s. But after the Cold War ended and budgets got tight, that number was cut to just 21 aircraft. Actually, one crashed in 2008, so now there are only 20 operational B-2s. When you divide the total program cost by 21 aircraft, you get about $2.13 billion per plane. But that's not really fair because most of that money went into research and development. The actual construction cost per aircraft was closer to $1.2 billion. Still insanely expensive. Critics have argued that the B-2 program was wasteful, that it was designed to fight a Cold War that ended before the planes became operational. Some have questioned whether stealth technology is worth the enormous cost, especially as radar and detection systems continue to improve. Supporters counter that the B-2's unique capabilities make it invaluable. There's literally no other aircraft in the world that can do what it does. The ability to strike anywhere without warning, to penetrate the most advanced air defenses, to deliver massive firepower with surgical precision, these capabilities have strategic value far beyond the dollar cost. There's also the deterrence factor. The mere existence of the B-2 fleet forces potential adversaries to invest billions in air defense systems that may or may not work. It changes their calculations about what's possible in a conflict. And unlike fighters that might last 20 or 30 years, these bombers are built to operate for 50 years or more. The B-2 fleet is expected to remain operational until at least 2032, possibly longer. So what's next for the B-2 Spirit? The aircraft is being gradually phased out and replaced by the new B-21 Raider, also built by Northrop Grumman. But that transition will take years. The B-21 Raider is essentially a next-generation stealth bomber that builds on everything learned from the B-2 program. It's smaller, more affordable, around $550 million per aircraft compared to the B-2's $2 billion, and incorporates even more advanced stealth technology. The design looks similar to the B-2 but with updated aerodynamics and modern electronics. The Air Force plans to eventually purchase at least 100 B-21s, which will gradually replace not just the B-2 fleet but also the aging B-1 and B-52 bombers. But that's a process that will take until the 2040s or beyond. In the meantime, the B-2 continues to receive upgrades. The aircraft have been fitted with new communications systems, upgraded defensive management systems, and improved precision strike capabilities. The Defensive Management System Modernization Program, completed in 2022, significantly enhanced the B-2's ability to detect and counter advanced threats. There's also ongoing work to improve the radar-absorbent materials. The coatings used today are more durable and easier to maintain than the original materials from the 1990s. Engineers continue to develop better solutions to reduce maintenance requirements. The B-2 remains a critical component of America's nuclear triad, the combination of land-based missiles, submarine-launched missiles, and bomber-delivered weapons that form the foundation of nuclear deterrence. Even as new platforms come online, the B-2's unique capabilities ensure it will remain relevant for at least another decade. What's particularly interesting is how stealth technology has evolved since the B-2's development. China and Russia have both developed their own stealth aircraft programs, though details remain classified and capabilities are disputed. The proliferation of stealth technology means that the B-2's technological advantage is slowly eroding, which is another reason why the B-21 is necessary. The B-2 Spirit represents one of the most remarkable achievements in aerospace engineering. It's an aircraft that was decades ahead of its time when it was built and remains incredibly capable today. From its revolutionary stealth technology to its global strike capabilities, the B-2 changed the nature of air warfare. Yes, it was incredibly expensive. Yes, they only built 21 of them. But the technological advances developed for the B-2 program influenced countless other systems and aircraft. The lessons learned continue to shape military aviation today. The B-2 Spirit proved that you could build an aircraft that's essentially invisible to radar while carrying massive payloads across intercontinental distances. It showed that stealth and strategic bombing could be combined into a single platform. And after 25+ years of operations, it remains one of the most formidable weapons systems ever created. For aviation enthusiasts and military technology fans, the B-2 isn't just a bomber, it's a glimpse into the cutting edge of what's possible when engineering, physics, and unlimited budgets come together to solve an impossible problem. It's a testament to American innovation and a reminder that sometimes the most expensive solution is worth every penny. If you want more breakdowns like this on cutting-edge military technology, the real capabilities behind these weapon systems, and what makes modern warfare tick, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching Defense Ninja. Stay informed, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.